guys, I'd like to call the July Urbana Township Trustee meeting to order. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, I just want to say thank you guys for all coming. It's great to see a good crowd. We don't always get a good crowd, so it's kind of nice to see good change. And on a beautiful day like this. We'll go over a little bit of business here. I know that Hackett, you asked to speak tonight, so we'll give you a chance here very shortly.
Yes, sir.
We just have a couple of little items to do, then we'll go on with your request. So the meeting minutes from last month, the minutes of the previous meeting have been distributed. Are there any corrections to the minutes of the previous meeting and or financial status reports? Fellas?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the minutes and the financial report as presented.
Second it.
If there are no corrections, I'd like to entertain a motion, which you did. It has been moved and seconded to approve the minutes and financial status. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Thank you. Right now we have, I'll go with, is it Landfield, is that right? That's that right? So Hackett Landfield from, I have the name, obviously wrote it on the board, from RWE Clean Energy.
Yes, sir.
Just want to give us a little update on the status of some things, and
Yeah.
the floor is yours, sir. Appreciate
Yeah,
you,
thank you gentlemen for having me.
emailing ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. My name's Hackett Lindefeld. This is my colleague Stephanie Heidi. For those of you that we haven't met, we're from RWE Clean Energy. We're developing a solar project in Urbana. And just wanted to stop by with some updates about the project. I shared with you last week both a current draft of our site layout for the project. I've got a copy here, just in printed out form. I'm happy to leave this with you if you'd like. I can just show that here. If you care to take a look at it now.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. And let's get the right one up here.
This is where a good TV or a giant.
Yeah. Next time I'll bring the good
Oh,
AV
you know
setup.
what I mean, yeah. I understand that. It would be helpful on everybody's case, our side too.
But so this is the current site layout for the project, and the center of the project is just about a mile southeast of here. So this is a provisional layout. This is just a draft. Like we consider this like a 10% layout in terms of detail. But this is just a draft on where we're planning on having like solar panel collection areas, and as well as our substation and switch yard, and then battery yard to connect to the grid. So this will change between now and when we ultimately construct the project. But this is just wanted to give you an update on like what we're looking at right now and what we're planning with. There's about just a little over 1,000 acres inside the fence lines, like for the entire project. And then in addition, we've got a couple corridors identified for collection lines. Those will be underground, like subsurface lines to connect the parcels up here. We'll just like run lines generally underground to connect to the main parcel right there. Again, this isn't finalized. We're still working through negotiations with some landowners in the area, just working through like lease details. But this is just generally what we're planning for right now. So wanted to share that with you. I also sent a study that we did recently with we hired a firm to conduct like phone interviews with some local stakeholders, and just to gauge like opinions about solar in general. They didn't mention our specific project, but some common themes we heard were, number one, concerns about using arable farmland for solar facilities. That's a common concern. But then that was sort of balanced with also concern about the reliability of the electric grid and about power bills and about keeping up with Ohio's demand for power. So those are some pretty common issues that we're hearing. And so we want to make sure that we're like addressing issues as much as we can. And I'm hoping to have feedback from you on, on the design, and then also like what you see as good ways to sort of message the project. If there are any places that you'd like to see us, try to get the word out, and then folks that you'd recommend that we keep involved with the project, just so we can try and build and shape this thing in a way that is best for Urbana.
So where's that actually?
So yes, sir. So this is the intersection of 54 and Pisgah Road right there.
So it's Joey Schaefer's property.
Oh, okay.
I think this is us right
Correct.
here. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So yeah, really not too far, just down the road from us right now.
Yeah.
and then Bowers is to the south. Channels is on the corner. Bowers is up here to the south, even further south. And then it's Don Bowers.
Yeah.
It's not Don Bowers. And then over here on 3 Mile, that's right there before. That's under an LLC. I don't know who that is. I don't know who the LLC is on the other either. So I knew who had it, but I don't think they have it anymore. No, they are under contract. Is that correct?
That's if you're referring to this parcel right here. That's correct.
Everything in blue you have.
Not everything in blue, but we're at least in community. Like there are some parcels where we're like renegotiating leases, but we're hoping to have all the parcels in blue. We still got a little while before we need to have them finalized. We're right now planning, like rough timeline is we plan to start construction spring of 28 and then finish construction, be in operations fall of 29. We're planning to apply for our permit to the Ohio Power Siting Board this fall. We expect, so with the new with new rules that are at the House right now, I think it's HB2. Could be wrong about that. It's shortening the timeline during which the OPSB has to make a decision. And so we expect that after we submit our permit application, they'll have a decision back to us within 190 days, maybe 195. So about 6 months from when we file the permit to when OPSB has a decision.
But like I said, there's quite a few steps in between.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
And same way with your easements to get to your transmission lines or underneath, and there's a lot of stuff to hit that date this fall. That's being, very ambitious, let's put it that way, and good for you if you can do it. And that, so.
And I mean, you're absolutely right, Mr. Stinson. There is, with the OPSB, they don't have as many site control requirements for the permit application process. So we expect that even after we apply for the permit, we'll still be in negotiations with landowners.
Okay.
We just can't add parcels later after we apply for the permit. So we're just, it's frankly a bit overscoped. We expect that the final design will actually be a little bit smaller than this. But we're just incorporating some extra areas so that we can get the studies done. And then in the event that some land where we're not able to reach a deal with a landowner, then we would just remove that parcel from the final design. We signed an agreement with PJM, the grid authority. We signed an interconnection agreement with them that allows us to put 116.5 megawatts of PV power onto the grid, plus 40 megawatts of battery power. And so we expect that even if we lose some land, we'll still be able to design the project in such a way that we'll be able to hit those targets for PJM in terms of power production.
Do you have some that are concrete already in the fold?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we do have some signed long-term leases.
Okay.
Just not all of them right now. One thing in particular that we're working through right now is the collection easements. Just to let us bury underground cables.
That's
underneath.
gonna be the tough one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know some of the landowners in between there and so
How deep do they go?
Generally not super deep, at least 36 inches. Kind of depends on what we're running into underground, whether there are any utility lines or the drain tile in the field. We try to stay out of them. One thing we're trying to do with those collection lines is just run them along property boundaries as much as possible, so that we're not cutting right through somebody's field. Just because that's it's an extra headache for the landowner. It's extra work for us. You know, we try to avoid like damaging crops wherever possible. So those are absolutely some considerations with where we're setting the line right now.
My last question, I mean, have you got the sign off from the commissioners for this, or, I mean, have you got their blessings?
Not yet.
Okay.
The project is, so ultimately we'll still go to the OPSB, at the, like, same way as every other power project. The project is partially grandfathered under the Senate Bill
Correct.
52 provisions, which means that we don't first have to get the county commissioner's blessing.
That's for this property, especially right up here, correct?
Correct, and really that's based on, it's because we applied for interconnection agreement
Correct.
with PJM prior to 2021. And so it had some upfront costs, that's the reason it's grandfathered. PJM was still conducting those studies, and they finally finished those studies in like December, January, just this past year, and then we signed an agreement with them in March. But yeah, I mean, we're still, I'm actually meeting with the county commissioners tomorrow morning just to give them an update as well. And so, yeah, we're hoping to get them on board. We want to keep folks involved and informed as much as possible.
And PJM is what now, Hackett?
So PJM is the Pennsylvania, correct me if I'm wrong, Stephanie, it's the Pennsylvania.
Maryland, Jersey.
That's right, yeah, yeah. Still,
That's right.
I've only been doing this job since September, but it's the grid authority, the system operator that operates the grid in this part of the country.
I see.
We're sorry they didn't include Ohio in the acronym.
No, I'm not going to be sorry, but
Yeah.
it's they own about everything, so.
Sure, yeah. It's a weird maze of different authorities and entities that run the power grid. I'm still wrapping my head around some parts of it.
Yeah. Any questions?
No, no.
Well, Hackett, we appreciate you forwarding all your information ahead of time. Let us know that you were wanting to come up and share some information about that. And you made
Yes, sir.
the nice maps for us to view and such, so they
Do
are
you
helpful.
have those in the smaller format?
We have an email content. Let's see that.
You have, no, I was just gonna put them with the minutes if there's,
Yeah.
if that's not, oh, okay, you have them, okay.
I can give you that. Yeah. No, it's a big project. I know it's probably a lot of it's an uphill battle within the Champaign County area and maybe this township too, but it's
Well, the commissioners are leading almost all the townships, so and that you're going to have to be successful in securing their blessings, and that I don't know if any township will go against what the commissioners rule. So I mean that came through a couple of years ago, wasn't it? That we all had to. I think there was all the townships but 2 signed that agreement that as far as limiting. So it was going to. We gave that authority over to the commissioners. So
Right.
I think it's Adams and Jackson are the only 2 that didn't sign that, and I think Jackson now has signed that. So Adams is the only one that's not under that whatever referendum that they signed over to the commission. So and again, if commissioners find it and the public finds it, then we're anxious to see it go forward. I mean,
Yes, sir.
and if not, the residents will always speak, and the residents will have time to. Part of going through the high power sitting board is also going to have the public will be able to go and make any complaints or support for that project too. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And that's the one thing that we want to be able to tell people, that there is going to be an avenue that they can. It's not really done on a local level now anymore. It's going to be actually in front of the power board. Am I correct on that?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. A lot of people thought it's done on a local level, and it's not anymore. So it's important when people ask, and that we just have to, if they have comments on that. And some people do support this, and there'll be people I think that will go to the sitting board and voice their approval, and likewise there'll probably be some that didn't have questions about it. So
Yes, sir.
yeah.
That's one thing we're trying to do with our outreach efforts right now is there's always going to be folks that that come up and vocalize their opposition to the project.
Yeah.
And so right now we're trying to collect folks who are willing to stand up and voice their support for it.
Yeah.
It's, it's important. It'll be important for the state board to hear, to hear both sides of the issue from residents as well.
Yeah. Well, as this comes more apparent, I'm sure we're gonna hear a lot more about it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, we did before, and then it kind of, went away, and now a lot of these properties were over to another company, and I think that company, you probably, I don't know if you bought the leases out, or I don't know how that worked, but there were some leases signed to another outfit, so there was a whole bunch of people in here at one time voicing something about it, so I'm sure as this comes, and that, we'll probably hear good and bad again, so, and we'll be ready, we're open to listening.
I hope that you'll hear it from me first.
Yeah.
But if not, if you hear anything that you have questions about, please feel free to reach out anytime. I'll leave my card with you again.
Yeah, please do.
We appreciate you being transparent about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, what I don't want to happen is that you hear something and get caught off guard that I haven't told you, and so I just want to make sure I'm giving you all the accurate information that I can.
No, that would be helpful for us. That's like Blair said, if we have residents that start to ask us questions, we can be a little more
Yes, sir.
information giving as far as what you're giving us. So.
Yeah.
And these, you need those.
No,
maps?
these can stay with you.
Okay, sure.
So, yeah,
Tomorrow,
absolutely.
whatever.
Yes, sir.
With,
No, these
commissioners.
are I printed these off for this meeting. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah, these are yours.
I know you may need some from commissioners as well, but.
I got a second set of my card.
Okay, good. That's fine. We can keep them here to
Yes, sir.
share if we need to. So.
Absolutely. And again, I put the draft watermark on there, so this will change.
Yeah.
Sure,
But
and I appreciate that too.
Yeah.
but yeah, and then these are just some info packets with some marketing materials basically that we had a table set up at the second Saturday's event last weekend. So these are just some general info packets from us about solar. They're pretty general. They're just talking about economic benefits, just some basic facts about the technology. So you'll have copies of these just so you can see what we're handing out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where'd they come up with the hill climber name?
That was that was the previous developer.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
That's
His
interesting.
name was Mark Schuler, who I think was here at the.
Oh.
I know you've met before. But yeah, I like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
Our school, one of our
Yeah.
schools, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Urbana
Sparky,
High.
right?
Yeah, Sparky, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of almost fits.
Yeah,
I keep passing by Sparky's Pizza downtown. Yeah.
Because they had the Urbana feel was in here and everything else was in here for the one meeting. So the superintendent of Urbana School,
Superintendent,
so they it was good marketing. So,
Any other
My
questions,
friend?
fellas?
yeah,
Any other
you did great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Appreciate
Again,
it.
if you have any ideas for folks that you think I should reach out to, whether it's school officials or other folks that would care about this project, please let me know if you have suggestions about how where we can try and get the word out, because we're really trying to get the word out about it. We're setting up tables with other
County
suggestions.
fair, the county fair is coming up.
County fair, yeah, we're getting the table for that one. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I
Okay.
bet you're not gonna,
Good.
you can't beat that hardly for anything, so.
Mhm.
Like I said, it's this meeting tomorrow is really, really important. I mean, you sway that, you're on your way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good advice. I sure hope
Okay.
so. I'll be up studying tonight.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Yes, very
It was
much.
good seeing you
Yeah,
guys.
great seeing you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Megan. You guys, if you can, you're not gonna insult us if you wanna jump out of here
Yeah,
and get something to eat or something, so.
We're just
Okay.
regular business now.
Are we gonna miss on all the hot town gossip if we do?
I don't know. You're more than welcome to stay and find out.
That's the best part of these
Yeah.
meetings, right? I mean, after us. I'm kidding, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, thank you, guys. And
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Claire, Roger, good information. Thanks for all the good questions. Sandy, anything on that? No? All right, we're gonna move on to, basically the road maintenance report. And I will give that information out. Richard, our our road maintenance supervisor basically had some roadside mowing twice, that's June 23rd and July 15th and 17th, and then just regular mowing around the properties that we have along the township. So the roadside mowing was most of his time used up. Vegetation management, chemical vegetation control, Blair and him went around and went through up north and south township roads, 2 days.
3 days.
So 3 days? Sorry.
Sorry.
5 hours or more apiece, right?
No, well, might be, but as far as actual spraying, no, just a couple hours. But,
Yeah.
as far as what Richard says, I think he just puts down
Yeah.
that, but he is,
That was my
that's his,
bad.
he usually puts down his major project for the day.
That was my
It's
mistake,
usually
yeah.
about 2.5 or 3 hours a day, depends on the weather.
That was probably my mistake, yeah.
No, that's right.
And then funeral services, he was just, there was 2 funerals that he supported as well, with opening and closing, so. And other than that, that's the road and maintenance report. Do you guys have any questions or concerns, or additional information you'd like to share? Okay. Now we'll move on to the zoning and Miller Cemetery report. Blair?
And I'm gonna step in for Sean. Big thing he's been working on is the lot splits out there on 29 in Dugan. So I think he's pretty much got that squared away. But the other, got some building permits. And then like you said, just 2 funerals, and they finally got the footer poured, and I think that monument's installed already. So I think the cemetery's up to date until the fall pour. And I think the city's planning on doing that sometime in the middle of October.
Okay.
So I think we've only got 3 foundations or something to put in, but that could change by just a phone call. So anyway, that's all Sean had.
Very good, sir. Thank you. Roger, anything? Nobody additional? Okay. Okay, we're gonna go on to address any old business. Fellas, first of all, any questions, comments on old business that you'd like to share?
The one thing we have to, I mean, we went to a county meeting for nuisance abatements, and got excellent information about that. You know, what we're entitled to do, what we should do. Not gonna be as hard as what we don't have to go through the BZA now, and there's certain things that we're legally allowed to do with just making, just going through and making a motion to send preliminary letters out, and then hopefully get a response for that. And some people might not even understand that there might be a problem, so it gives them a couple of chances to straighten things out without getting in too far. That's all I got on the old business, I think, Matt.
Roger, anything? Okay, nothing additional? Okay. Yeah, I do not have any old business.
Yep, here comes
Sandy?
The Dunleavy property has gotten an order for sale, and then the sheriff posted that the first sale will be offered on Friday, August 1st at 10 a.m. It's the 1230 South Avenue. The minimum sale price is $5,170.58. And then if it doesn't sell at that sale, it'll go Friday, August 22nd at 10 o'clock. If it doesn't sell at that sale, then it will have to go to auditor sale, where it can sell for whatever it brings. It won't have a minimum bid, but at least it's got a sale date.
Long time
Finally.
coming.
forever.
Long time coming. Good information. Thank you, Sandy.
Well, that's all I have for old business.
Very good. Okay, very good. Thank you. We're gonna move on to new business. Anybody have any new business to mention or speak about?
I think if you don't mind, Matt, Roger, did you have any? I'll let you go first, I'm sorry. The county engineers drafting out letters, and somebody starts seeing letters
Did
from
you have it?
residents. Pardon? Oh,
I mean,
yeah, drafting out letters to send to residents that are, in between 29 and 36 on Dugan Road. And they're going to start, the process of moving mailboxes, actually putting pole-offs. That's the first step, and then they'll go ahead with the widening and then paving the road. So they've got tentative, it says in the fall of 2025, we will be working on widening and reconstruction between State Route 29, State Route 36. So the engineer's gonna be sending this out to all the residents that are going to be impacted, so they'll be aware of what they're doing.
they don't mention what, how long or how wide it's gonna be, how much more wider they're gonna go?
I think they're taking it to 18 feet.
Is it, 2 feet aside? I think that's what I remember, but
Okay,
maybe not, huh?
yeah, I think it's gonna be a foot aside.
Oh, foot aside.
Yeah,
okay.
2 feet additional
Oh, okay.
total, 1 foot per side.
Okay, very good.
Can I get a copy of that?
Yeah, you can,
Can I have that one, or do
Yeah,
you want me
yeah,
to
that.
make a copy? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think, I don't remember if we got that email in our
I may have, but.
township, but, yeah.
And if I saw right, that will not be a cost for the property as far as the setback mailbox.
no, it's gonna be included in the price that they bid us. So, you got a copy of all that stuff. I know I got some stuff. Did you?
I believe so.
Yeah. So, I mean, that project is on, so there's no cost to property owners. And then the last thing, I mean, we've gotten two nuisance complaints up in Tecumseh Woods at 49 Lookout Court. So we have two signed complaints here. And I've been up to take pictures, and it is valid. They've been sending photos. This has been going on for a little over a month. One of the neighbors has, they've tried to get a hold of the people and don't come to the door. So they did leave multiple notes on the trash barrels. So look, the house is for sale. Looks like the realtor might have came in and picked up some of it, but I don't know. I can sell a house and have all that sitting out in front of it, but it is. So,
That's interesting, yeah.
so anyway, looking at that. So I think Sean drafted a letter up, and then Sandy went ahead. So we're going to send a preliminary letter out, ask them to, address the issue.
So you're wanting to just send a letter notifying them that there's these complaints? You're not looking to file a nuisance yet? You wanna do this first, make the notification, and then see where that goes?
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
like to see if they would just leasing us for that, and if not, then we'll go ahead and, we'll start, but I think it'd be nice if we could
Yeah.
reach out to them first and just say, hey, look, there has been, signed complaints that,
Okay. Cause I think,
and then we can do the resolution on that. And then if you wanna go ahead and do that tonight, because we'll give them 2
well,
weeks to
the
respond.
letter that he drafted isn't like a notification. The letter that he drafted is like, hey, you're a nuisance, your property's a nuisance. So if it's just to give an initial, which is what I had thought you guys
That's
were
what-
doing with nuisances, is you're gonna give an initial notification, not declaring it a nuisance, say, hey, we've received these complaints.
Yeah.
And that's not what the letter that Sean gave me for is. So I think we need a different letter
Yeah.
from Sean.
And I think the county, that's what the meeting at the county was. They said, they want you to go ahead with the hard-hitting letter first. So I just,
But it may clear up
I agree
if
with
you give them notification
I agree with that 100%.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
I can redraft a letter for him.
Yeah.
That's easier. But this letter is not that type of letter.
I know, I agree with that.
Okay.
And so I think we need to, send a notification out
Okay,
and say if you have 2 weeks and if not, then you'll get the official.
okay.
Sounds good.
I'm not sure they're really there.
I went up and took pictures today, and there was a realtor that was out picking up trash, and I said something to him. I said, "You mind asking if I ask?" And he says, "Are you here to look at the property?" And I said, "No." And so he says, "No, I'm not. I don't have anything to say to you," which is right. So, but I think the neighbors have been pretty hard on him, I think, as far as, I got pictures on my, I got pictures been sent to me about trash all over by his yards over there, so it's an issue.
Yeah.
But I still think they deserve to be notified.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I mean, I'm not telling you guys what
So
to
Sandy,
do.
you-
If you guys wanna go with Sean's letter, we'll go hardcore on them, but,
I just looked at it briefly, I didn't know how serious we were until whatever tonight, so.
how do you feel?
Yeah,
Notify him first?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Sandy, can you redraft one of them?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
And if we can still send it registered, can we still do that?
yeah. Sir, I'll send it certified now.
Or certified, thank you, I'm sorry.
Very good, so I'll put that in the notes, you create a software.
And here's the 2 complaints, if you want.
Yeah. Oh, so that was the 2 names. I thought those were people coming. Those
No.
were the 2 complainants. I see.
Okay, thank you, Blair, thank you.
That's all I have.
Good information, good history,
That's all I have for new business.
a lot of stuff I didn't, wasn't aware of on the detail.
Sandy's got some new business, I think.
New business from you, Sandy. You get a minute.
Yeah, okay, so I got a certificate of cremation for Joyce Bowman. Looks like, 4230 Post Road, and I got a $850 bill from Richards, Raff, and Dunbar Memorial Home. So I was just,
Okay.
wanting to know if, I think I have everything I need to submit it, but I would like to have like a motion that I pay this bill because they're going to request that I provide them where we pay them. And then I will, a request to the state to get reimbursed for this indigent burial from that indigent burial fund, cause they still have money as far as I know. And we
you're-
got our last one like
and you-
within a month.
And you were great about getting that last one, so.
So I would just like, to maintain, someone to, if you wanna look at this. Do you guys know about this? Did they call before that?
I've talked to him.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
they gave her driver's license and there's an affidavit in there certifying that she lives in this township and is indigent,
Okay.
so.
Good. So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it, motion is passed.
Okay, I will get that paid then and send that off for reimbursement.
Thank you, Sandy, for that update.
Township thanks you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're taking good advantage of the situation where you can get that money.
How long it'll last.
It's not gonna last very
Yeah,
long.
it's gonna go fast, I'm sure.
I don't have any other new business.
Okay, thank you. Alrighty, motion to, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the bill payments and allow Sandy to distribute and mail checks for
So moved.
payments.
Second it?
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Roger, the motion is carried. Announcements wise, I do know that the next meeting is August 18th. Just want to give you guys an update on that. Any other announcements anybody has? Okay, very good. I'm gonna move to public comment. And we do have a one, two, three of them. We have three individuals who'd like to wish to comment possibly. Let's go with, is it Daryl Moore, is that right?
Yeah.
Daryl, please, I see your address here is 1260 South Avenue, is that right? Okay, thank you.
We talked last month about the property on Center Street and Beach, and yeah, you guys should try to get hold of them.
On where?
On the corner of Beach and Center Street.
Okay.
I know you guys just trying to get hold of the property
Yeah.
owner, see if they maintain it.
Correct.
Have you been able to, or
Well, we saw that it was mowed, so we're hoping that they're gonna
continue?
continue to mow on that. So right at the moment, they're not in any violations, so, but, if they don't do something here, if they don't mow between here and the next meeting, then that we will go ahead and we're just gonna go ahead, for something like this, we'll probably go ahead and just give them 2 weeks to mow on that. I mean, that window is shortened up a lot, you know, through some of the processes that they've given us now. So we thought it was going to be longer than that. It's not. It's 2 weeks. So we can be a little more aggressive with that. Thank you, Daryl.
Any more information on that or any further,
No.
okay, very good. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate you coming in and giving us your update on that. Next we have is Buddy Ballard, 2005 Oakview Drive.
It's me,
Thank
Buddy
you.
Ballard,
I stayed-
2005 Oakview Drive.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Just wanted to make a comment that the work you guys did out there, and I know the county came out and finished it, you guys started it, but the work on both Oakview and Eudora turned out really nice.
Thank you.
There's not a big mess. I know a couple different times in the past, years and years ago, I don't know if they didn't do the same application of the chip seal or it was different, but we had a lot of issues with tar, a lot of issues with stone. That doesn't seem to be the case. It's set really well. The dust is all down based on the rain that we've had here recently. There hasn't been any tar issues whatsoever as far as like vehicles or anything like that or any messes. So thank you all very much for your diligence in making sure that got done correctly.
Getting rid of
That's huge.
getting rid of that was a big part too.
Yeah,
They
taking
can do
the
a
tree
lot.
out and making that a full cul-de-sac like it should
Correct.
be on both sides. Like I told you in the previous meeting, I know everybody in the neighborhood was very excited about the concept, and it's going to work out a lot better, especially for the trash trucks coming up there. The Amazon makes the daily routes on every road around here, let alone those. So, you know, it's nice to, they're not backing in people's yards, they're not having trouble getting around and negotiate that corner anymore.
Yeah.
And the money it saves us with the county, I mean, will pay for removing that, you know, probably in the first application, so. Well, Danny basically says it cuts a huge amount off of that application, so anyway, thank you, buddy.
Thank
But yeah, the additional, I know they chip and sealed those roads recently too. I know that they look pretty good to me. I don't know if you guys have seen any.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, you're talking about
Yeah,
chip and
yeah,
seal.
Yeah, the chip seal, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
let's
chip
make
seal
sure.
looks really, really good. That's like I said, the dust, there's no dust.
Okay,
There's,
that's what I was-
It looks great. We haven't had any tar on the vehicles or anything. So
No extra
it looks
gravel,
good.
no extra gravel everywhere now.
No,
Yeah,
not
they
at
do a
all.
good job.
Looks like a home run.
Okay, very good, sir. And we do have one other public comment from Mr. Dan Evilsizer, lives at Urbana Township, 43078, is that correct? Mr. Evilsizer?
Yes, a number of issues to address. Where's my page here? I was curious, who in Urbana Township completed the fraud, abuse, and wasteful spending awareness training?
Everyone.
Did you find it to be beneficial to the business operations of Urbana Township? What did each of you learn from that training? Did you implement anything new as a result of that training? If so, what? Regarding the January 20th, 2025 meeting on Martin Luther King Day, the question was asked of this board, what was your dream for Urbana Township? Roger replied, and Matt briefly replied. However, Blair deferred to his default answer, I'll get back to you. It's now been 6 months, and Blair, you have not lived up to your commitment. Nearly 2 years ago, none of the trustees knew how many keys to the township building had been distributed, nor whom possessed a key to the building. You further stated that you would be replacing with a digital lock. It appears that after over 1.5 years, that it has finally been done. Is there now a log or registry of everyone who has been issued a key or combination code? Over the past several years, the trustees have repeatedly stated that your positions are that of a working board. What does that mean, or what does that entail? Several weeks back, Matt stated the need for names and addresses on the sign-in sheet was because in the past, there have been people showing up at meetings that were not even residents, as if that is unacceptable. Did you ever think that people other than residents could have township issues or concerns? It's time to stop being so narrowly minded. What about non-residents who work in Urbana Township? What about non-residents who travel roads in Urbana Township? What about non-residents that have family in Urbana Township? What about non-residents that purchase gasoline in Urbana Township? Or own property in Urbana Township? Or have friends and family buried in Urbana Township Cemetery? Prior to becoming a trustee, did each of you have health insurance? Did that insurance cease because of you becoming a trustee? Did each of you have cell phones? Who paid for them? Do you get to vote for your own township supplemental payments? Do you find those to be required and necessary? After January the 1st, 2026, would each of you, if a trustee at that time, truly also go along with actually and truly giving back to your community by refusing and or returning these funds to Urbana Township Treasury, instead of greedily being motivated and lining and padding your own pockets? Thank you.
Here's what I know.
I'm sorry?
Here's what I know. We don't have a whole lot of information right now as far as how many questions was that?
You don't have information about?
How do we gather that many questions?
The question
And
is,
answer.
you don't even know how many keys are out already on this new lock and combinations? You don't know the answer to that?
There's no key.
We talked about this in the past, haven't we?
Yeah.
Glenn?
Hey,
No, this hasn't been talked about in the past.
Okay,
anyway,
thank you for your questions.
When can I expect responses to these? Everyone else got responses to theirs immediately.
Matt, I move to adjourn.
Okay, Larry,
I second.
it's been moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned at 5:45. Thank you guys for coming.